Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Montmartre, Grand Palace, Palace of Versailles, Disneyland. Here is a very long list of tourist places in Paris. So friends, today I will show you the most beautiful and historic destinations of Paris in my show, Swedeshi. Hello friends, this is your Desi girl Neha. Welcome to my show Swedeshi. And friends, as I promised you in my last episode that I will show you many other beautiful places of Paris. So by fulfilling my promise, in the very beginning I am going to show you that place of Paris which is known as the Heaven of Peace, Montmartre. Montmartre is the highest point of Paris, which is topped by the famous church of Sacré-Cœur.
Montmartre, in the eyes of people of Paris, is a heaven of peace, but many tourists forget to go there and they miss a lot. Montmartre Hill in Paris on the right bank of the Seine River. The highest point of Paris, it is topped by the famous church of Sacré-Cœur. Parts of the ancient quarter on its slopes were long a favorite residence of the Bohemian world. Until the 20th century, Montmartre retained a rural look. Sacré-Cœur is a Roman Catholic church and minor basilica dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus in Paris, France. A popular landmark, the basilica is located at the summit of Montmartre. The Sacré-Cœur Basilica was designed by the Paul Abbot. Construction began in 1875 and was finished in 1914. It was consecrated after the end of World War in 1919.
Well, after seeing the place, you all must have understood that why it is known as the Heaven of Peace. Well, let's go ahead and now I will show you the French Royal Palace of Paris, the Versailles, which is said to be that place of Paris where the French Revolution began. And the gardens of this palace is the most beautiful part of the palace, which covers 30,000 plus acres land.
The Palace of Versailles is a French royal palace located in the France region about 15 miles southwest of Paris, France, that was built for King Louis. The Palace of Versailles required the work of approximately 3,000 people to construct the building and the grounds. There are more than 700 rooms, including 1,200 fireplaces and 60 staircases in the Palace of Versailles. In today's money, it would have cost roughly $2 billion to build. In 1682, the French government moved to Versailles and it remained there for almost 100 years. King Louis chose to move to Versailles in 1682. He moved from another royal palace and his home named the Louvre in Paris. The gardens of the Palace of Versailles covered 30,000 plus acres. The gardens included 400 sculptures and 1,400 fountains. The Palace of Versailles contained more than 5,000 pieces of furniture and 6,000 paintings. The design of the Palace of Versailles has been copied in various European countries because it was admired so much when it was built in the 16th. The Palace of Versailles, where the French Revolution began, later became a place to end wars. It is estimated that approximately 5 million people visit the Palace of Versailles each year as tourists, and between 8 and 10 million people walk the gardens of the palace each year.
Mona Lisa is a name about which whenever we listen, a beautiful smiling image comes in front of us. And I think everybody maybe know this fact also, that the original painting of Mona Lisa is in the Louvre Museum of Paris, which is the most visited attraction of Paris and the biggest museum in the world. So friends, let's have a look of this wonderful museum and the most visited part of this museum, Mona Lisa.
The Louvre is one of Paris' most visited attractions, welcoming approximately 9.3 million visitors per year. The reasons for its popularity is its collection of 35,000 priceless masterpieces and antiques, and is therefore offers the most extensive art galleries for its breadth of subjects, which range from 6th century BC to 19th century. The Louvre is the biggest museum in the world. It is so big that it is humanly impossible to see all the museum has to offer in one visit. The Louvre was not originally a museum, it was a fortress that was built in 1190. In the 16th century, it was turned from a fortress into a royal palace. It was only in 1793, after the French monarchy moved to the Palace of Versailles, that the first Louvre Museum was opened to the public and offered just 537 paintings. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa is undoubtedly one of the most famous pieces of art in the Louvre, with people from all walks of life traveling to the museum to catch a glimpse of the world-famous painting. What you may not know about the Mona Lisa is that it isn't as big as everyone thinks, as the dimension of the painting is actually just 21 into 30 inches, which is just a little bit larger than an A2 piece of paper. The Mona Lisa also has its own bodyguards and is protected by bulletproof glass. However, it was stolen in 1911 before being returned to the Louvre just 2 years later. The Louvre's galleries are displayed across 652,300 square feet, which is nearly 15 acres. The galleries contain approximately 7,500 paintings, and 66% of them were created by French artists.
Aladdin, Cinderella, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Pluto. You must have heard all these names, and these are the names for which not only children, even all generations are crazy. And whenever we look these cartoon characters on TV, we always think that how they look in real. So friends, let's get the excitement and meet these cartoon characters in their own world of fantasy, the Disneyland.
Disneyland Paris, originally Euro Disney Resort, is an entertainment resort in a new town located 32 km east of the center of Paris and is the most visited theme park in all of Europe. It is owned and operated by Euro Disney SCA, a publicly traded company in which the Walt Disney Company owns a controlling stake. The resort covers 4,800 acres and encompasses 2 theme parks, many resort hotels, a shopping, dining and entertainment complex, and a golf course, in addition to several additional recreational and entertainment venues. Disneyland Park is the original theme park of the complex, opening with the resort on 12th April 1992. A second theme park, Walt Disney Studios Park, opened in 2002. The resort is the second Disney park to open outside of the United States, following the opening of the Tokyo Disney Resort in 1983.
So friends, these were the most beautiful and visited attractions of Paris. After seeing, I would also say that Paris is the most beautiful city in the world. But one thing that I didn't tell you is that Paris is also the most expensive city in the world. So friends, if you also want to travel to Paris, do not spend money and watch my show again. And one more thing is that don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, because picture abhi baki hai mere dost.